Hey guys, thanks for being with me. Cleansing. Spirit, source, my divine team. I call upon you now. Clear this space, clear my mind. I satisfy bias, ego, and personal story. Use me as your vessel, your voice, your oracle, and may only truths come through. So be it. Hey, let's get some charms for you. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm getting the letter K as in kilo, U as in umbrella, a beige or tan bow, and then two red and white roses. They are identical. I didn't even know I had two of them that were identical in there. So again, the letters K and U in any order. Two identical red and white roses and a beige or tan bow. Hmm. So this is two, and they're identical. So this could be twin flame energy, duality, balance. Yeah, the red could be love, passion, but they're kind of red and white. Um, maybe mhm. We know white is purity, truth, maybe even surrender. Yeah, so either soulmate, twin flame, some sort of mirrored soul here. Beige is earthy, is neutral. You could be an earth sign or dealing with an earth sign. Um, yeah, beige is kind of unassuming and underrated, I'm hearing. Maybe there's a connection that you're wondering about. Maybe what's real or what's true. Hmm. Let's pull from the zodiac deck. This one gives us zodiac signs, elements, and planets. So let's see what comes through for you. What do you have, Spirit? Sagittarius. That could be Sagittarius part. Yeah, that's kind of darkening sometimes, but it's a cool card. All right, so we got a reading for Saggy. See what we have here in tarot for you. Saggy in the house. I don't know why I said that. I was saying that. Sagittarius, they say, we don't want the tea, we want the truth, right? We, because yes, in case you're wondering, I am a Sagittarius. I don't think I've ever said my sign on my channel, but so I'm shuffling. So we know Sag or Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, right? Planet of expansion. Wisdom, freedom. Saggies are freedom lovers. See what else we got. Oh, and also the number 9 could be significant. Okay, lots of Wands energy here. Okay, so I'm getting a lot coming through here. So let's first talk about the 9 on the Saggy card. So as I was saying, we already know Sagittarius, right? So I was saying Jupiter, ruled by Jupiter. So expansion, wisdom, Sagittarius are freedom loving, and pairing this now, knowing that this is a Saggy reading with the roses and the bow, it's giving me more insight into this connection that we're talking about. So I'm hearing non-attachment. So I think the beige bow, like I said, beige is kind of unassuming, maybe a little underrated, but it is a bow, right? So maybe learning to trust without control, or learning love without attachment. See, I said Sagittarius are freedom loving, and they are, but they're, and I'm speaking on, of course, those that are doing the inner work and going through the healing process, right? So, because people living in trauma and suffering and things obviously act and react differently to things. But the thing about Sagittarius is they don't just love freedom, they offer it as well, right? So they want that in a connection, the trust to trust enough to be free. Um, and then the nine. So I said I want to talk about this nine on the Sagittarius card. I don't know if you probably couldn't see it on the camera. But nine, is culmination, completion. It's if we look at 10 as kind of the ultimate number, then nine is the step right before it, right? So right before the level up, right before the rebirth. So the Sagittarius card plus the roses plus the beige bow plus the nine. Um, this is more than just about another person or whoever this reading is involving in your energy. This is a wrapping up, hence the bow, a soul cycle. Maybe a karmic loop or something. You've learned what you needed to learn, and now you just need to live it. Spirit says sometimes the student outgrows the teacher, and you can honor the lesson without staying in the classroom. Okay. So release the need to convince, chase, explain. It's okay to celebrate your own expansion. Mhm. So now here in Tarot, we're getting King of Wands. Okay, so your energy is being amplified right now, and you're learning, what your purpose is, what your passions are, your vision. You're ready to stop playing small. You're bold. You're meant to be a leader. You're a fire sign. Um, you don't need permission. You're being asked to lead. And I said a lot of Wands energy because we got both the King of Wands and the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is kind of that planning stage, the portal. You've had the vision, you've done work, and you're right at the edge. Hence, us getting the nine coming out in your reading, right? Like I said, you're right at the edge of that. Um, that spot between comfort and greatness. So you have a choice here. You can stay. You already know what that's like. You know what staying is going to be like, right? So you can stay there knowing exactly what you're going to get, or you can go and find out and claim what's truly yours, what's aligned for you. You just have to choose it. So, you didn't come this far to just sit back and watch the fire. You came here to become the fire, right? And then we also got the death card. So I'm not getting that this is a warning, but the death card can also represent rebirth, right? The death of one thing and birth of another. So you can take this as your permission to let the old you die. Honor it, send it love and light, honor it. You're not losing anything by letting it go. You're shedding the old, making space for bigger and better things. And I hate to say it that way, bigger and better. It's not that, the old things were bad necessarily. It's not that black and white, right? It's that you have outgrown these things. You are aligning with your purpose. And so these things just don't fit anymore. Okay. So better in that sense, better fitting for you at this time, I should say. Okay. No more tolerating things that dim you, no more purposely dimming your light because other people are uncomfortable. So yeah, I think these two identical roses coming out that I didn't even know were in there, of course, is a big sign for you. But you know, the red, like I said, passion, power, even survival. Now that I'm seeing more of your story here, and the white, purity, peace, your higher self, that beige bow, grounding, simplicity, earth, energy. So again, earth. I keep hearing that. So whether you have earth in your chart or you're dealing with earth energy here, there's something there with that. Maybe you just need some more grounding. Maybe go barefoot for a little bit, whether that be in your house or outside. Go spend some time in nature. Maybe you're feeling kind of hard to love, or maybe somebody's making you feel or trying to make you feel like you're hard to love, and don't listen to that. You're not hard to love. You're just not fitting inside someone else's box or illusion or whatever it is they want you to be. And so then to them, you seem hard to love, or they want to make you seem hard to love. Okay. Let's see what else, Spirit. Mm, okay. More and more. This is too funny. I said earlier 9 was significant. 9 was on the Sagi card that came out. Yeah, and I said a lot of wands energy, and now we got 9 of wands. I also said 3, though. 3 is significant. 3 is coming out here again. So, 3 of Pentacles, soul team, soul tribe. You don't have to do this alone anymore, Saji. Your next chapter is going to include collaboration. So that's why the Three of Pentacles here is coming out. Could also be the Trinity, mind, body, spirit. There's 3 people here. So, but I'm getting collaboration, more aligned partnerships, people who see your vision, people who want to help you build it. And that's key here. That's what's been missing here. So, you don't have to explain your magic to muggles anymore. If you know, you know. These people will be more your equals, soul level co-creators. So this is the divine reminder for you that, you know, you're the blueprint. Let others bring their own bricks. Okay. And then I said we got the Nine of Wands here. So again, 9, right? Coming out. You're tired. I can see that. You have been through a lot. You're a little tattered here. You got a bandage on your head. You've been tested. You've been tried. You are tired. But you're not done. Okay? You're not done. You've been tested for a reason. And this is, like I said, again, we're getting 9. So what is that? That's right on the edge, right? You're right there, this final stretch before that big breakthrough. But you're already wiser. You're more discerning. You're not just, just backing down, letting people walk all over you. You're protecting your peace, and not out of fear, just because you know now, right? You know better. You know what it costs to ignore your knowing. I don't know how else to say that, right? And then we got the Queen of Cups. So some water energy here. So this could be emotion. Um, I'm getting like an intuitive empress here. So this Queen of Cups is who you are becoming in the new chapter. Okay. So I can see here clearly kind of your past, your present energy, and who you're becoming because it's already in your energy. You already see it and you already know it. Soft but sovereign. And sovereign is very important to you. Okay. You're a deeply loving individual, but no more sacrificing yourself. Okay. Lead with empathy. That's fine. But don't betray your own inner knowing. Okay. You're psychic, you're emotionally wise, and don't let other people's projections bother you. You know? So a good affirmation to say to yourself is I feel everything, but I am ruled by nothing. So that big heart of yours, that's not a weakness. That's your compass, and it's okay to trust it, you know. You can trust your heart, but you need to trust your inner knowing as well. Um, so, claim that inner King of Wands energy and steps through to the Two of Wands portal and just allow that death card to clear the path, and then you'll end up in this reality where you're seen and supported. That's that Three of Pentacles, right, with your soul team, where you know your strength, that Nine of Wands energy, right? You keep your standards, and when you reach that Queen of Cups energy where you're leading with a healed heart and your divine intuition, your divine purpose. Okay? So, and that's the space where your softness that I can see is here is safe. Okay? Your power and your softness are both needed. But they're also sacred, so you need to guard it accordingly. Okay? See what else we get from this other deck for you. What else for Sagittarius Spirit? Oh, he came flying out. Oh. Mm. Okay. How pretty. This one came out in the reading too, but I don't know if you guys can see. Apologies if you can't, but pretty cards. All right, so we got the Elementalist. For some reason I was having trouble getting that. The Elementalist, and also the Swan, another pretty card. So we got some deep soul alchemy here, along with what we got from the other deck, the Rebirth, right? So we'll kind of break this down a little bit. So the elementalist is all of the elements, right? The master of all of the elements: earth, air, fire, water, even spirit. Okay, so this coming in and now, you can be all of those things. You don't have to just choose one part of yourself. You're a multi-dimensional being, so you don't have to just pick one of these things. I'm getting that you maybe feel like that. So you can be the storm and the stillness. Okay, so you've been working hard to balance all of this, and so this is your sign. This is the universe telling you that you can direct or redirect with precision and use your power, you think you're becoming powerful, this powerful being, but you've always been powerful. You're just finally believing it, remembering. And then we have the swan, which again rebirths. We got the death card and we got the swan. Okay. So this isn't just transformation here. This is big. This is transfiguration. This is a complete how do I say this? It's like you're re-seeing yourself, who you truly are. So beneath the noise and the trauma and the masks that we wear as humans, beneath all of that, you're really learning to see yourself differently. Okay, so the swan being here after the death card is telling me that you outgrew the pond. Okay, so your beauty outgrew the pond you were in. This is the pink swan. Okay, and this comes up when someone who has been and remember we got the beige bow and I said underrated, right? And now we have a swan. And what is the story of the swan, right? So this could be kind of ugly duckling thing, or you were underestimated by others, yourself maybe even. Okay, so now you're stepping into this more I'm hearing refined, divinely feminine. Okay, so this is a feminine energy, radiant but calm version of yourself. Okay. So swans are graceful. That's what they're known for, right? So they represent grace and calm and beauty. Okay. So you're being asked to move with grace, with calm. Okay. So, but don't get it twisted. Swans are fierce protectors. They can be mean too, when it's needed. So they're elegant, yes, but I hear, and thankfully I've never been bit by one, but I hear that bite hurts. So you don't get too close to the swan. You don't violate that boundary, right? When boundaries are crossed, that bite can hurt, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a big message for someone. All right, and then we got the geomancer, which is goodness. This is like Earth Witch. This is I don't know if you can see this card either. And I'm sorry if I'm showing them to you so you can't see them because I can't tell. Um, the fact, and I said Earth before too, so we are getting a lot of this Earth and fire energy here. So this is maybe you work with the earth, or yeah, there's something here, grounded magic. Um, you may be getting messages. If you're here, you're clearly intuitive, psychic, something, right? But you've either been getting downloads or messages or something, dreams through spirit or intuition, something. So, but now I'm getting it. The earth is starting to really speak to you as well. You're getting these type of messages, whether it's, the ocean sounds or birds singing or, whatever this is, you're starting to receive other types of messages as well that have to do with earth energy. Um, your body, even everything it's not that it wasn't speaking to you before, it's that you are listening now, and they respond more because they know you're listening. And so that's the energy here. So the answers are right, already in you. They're already in your bones, already in you. You just have to trust your step, trust your inner knowing. So this tells me you're being guided to live it, to walk your magic. Don't just talk it. Okay. And magic doesn't mean chaos. Okay. Um, Sacred strategy, key lines, sigils in the dirt, trusting your gut. That's what I'm referring to here. And then we also got the pelican, and um, pelicans may have a special meaning for you as well, but they also mean sacrifice, generosity, but renewal. Think about the pelican as the bird, the animal. They're also a spiritual powerhouse, right? Selfless love, resilience. But if you think about it, um, as the animal, they are said to feed their young, even with their own blood, if necessary. So think about that, the sacrifice there. Okay. So, birds, and I am no expert by any means on birds, so forgive me. But, they're known to kind of, regurgitate their food to feed their young, right? Anyway, but pelicans are really known to be fierce protectors of their young. So they represent that kind of protection of cost, sacrifice, selfless love. Okay, and so that might be why too these two identical roses came out. This pelican came out. So this could be, like I said, a soulmate connection, a twin flame connection. There's something here about partnership. We got soul team as well, and now we have the pelican. So this could be a deep parental love or an ancestral love as well. But also, pelicans can carry a lot in their, I want to say beak, and if that's not the right name, forgive me. But, you know, that can get heavy when you're flying. And you're flying, okay? So you need to let go of what you can't carry anymore in order to fly. So you've given enough. It's time for you to receive. Okay, so maybe you've been overextending, or maybe maybe having too flexible boundaries. I'm not sure, but you don't have to bleed for other people to add value to their life. So root yourself in the things that sustain you, the things that make you feel alive and healthy and well. And I'm not saying there sometimes are things that make us feel good that aren't healthy for us, right? I'm not encouraging you to do those things. I'm saying let the earth hold you while you release what's no longer yours to carry, and enjoy, sit in joy and enjoy the things that make you feel good in a healthy way, the things that bring you joy, the things that help you connect and align. Okay, focus on those. But you have a very ancestral, protective energy here. You're very, very protective. I see that. I feel that. Okay, what else, Spirit? I'm getting the name Anna or Anne, and also plural came out. So, oh, maybe two people named Anne or Anna. Hmm, more than one. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. What else, Spirit? So cute. A sacred bond. Okay, so this plural, now maybe Anne or Anna is your name or someone in your energy, or there's a Sagi out there with that name that this is also for, but take what resonates and use your own discernment. But the plural, I think, is more tied to why we were seeing those two roses here, because we also got a sacred bond that so cute, so this is kind of that. There's some lovey-dovey kind of mushy stuff here because they're getting sacred bond and so cute. Aww. So for those of us who love, aww. Okay, are you psychic came out? I told you. Chosen. Okay. Scapegoat. Oh. Right. This chosen came out. That's a special card. And I will be pulling from another deck here in a moment. Okay. Wow. Okay, there's a lot here. So, chosen. I told you you were special. Then also, scapegoat came out along with don't feed into it, don't get caught up. And how much is your time worth? Your life? So there's something going on here, and we're going to dive into that as well. I'm not sure what this is, but someone is trying to make you a scapegoat for something, or maybe did in the past. But you're chosen here. You're psychic apparently. So let's see what else is here for you. From my other deck, the listener. Okay, yes, I got it. I've already taken it out. Huh. Give me free knowing and stuff. Okay, let's see what comes up. What else for Saji? What else for us? You are breaking the cycle. Yeah, see, I told you. You are a multidimensional being. Didn't I say this to you earlier in your reading? You are a multidimensional being. I did. With a side hustle in the matrix. That's funny, isn't it? You are allowed to survive, even if they don't understand why you had to go. Um, It's anything else comes out. What else there?